That means that salah is authentic, is sufficient. But why are they asking you to perform? Because it's still within time. If the time has passed, you will not perform it. That means it is what counts for you. You get the point? But so what is the difference between al-Batin and al-Fasid? In the mazhab of Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik, al-Fasid, in the mazhab of Abu Hanifa, al-Fasid and al-Batin differs. You get the point? Al-Fasid and al-Batin ma'anarsu ta sha bambam. A mazhabin Abu Hanifa. Shi a mazhabin Abu Hanifa yana gani da aka ce al-Batin abinda babu shi, abinda yake ba ta ce shine abinda tun asali ma tun asali ba yarda da shi ba, asali ma ba yarda da shi ba, kowa ya gane. Amma sai mutum ya yi yadda sai mutum ya aikata shi da za a ce wannan babu. Amma idan abu ne da ya halasta amma fuskar da mutumin ya yi shi ne abin da ya tsara sai su ce ba su sukan na wannan a ƙarƙashin harkar aure da izinin Allah. Kana ce duk matar da auren da kanta ba da waliyi ba, ya ake kiran auren da maza ta malikiya fasid ko yawwa, saboda ai auren da ma halarsa ne, amma kuma me saboda ta daura auren ba ta fuskar da shari'a ta yadda da shi ba, sai ce fasid. Kisa ba su cewa auren babu ne ba, amma da cewa abu ne wanda dama tun asali bai halarsa ba, zai mutu ya shi ta ce wannan babu. Kowa ya gane. To Allah madaukaki ya zata da mu kuma gafarta mana wannan.
Okay, sorry, I still need more explanation on the difference between the Fasid and the Batin.
Al-Batin, in the mazhab of Al-Batin and Al-Fasid, in the mazhab of Imam Malik, in the mazhab of Imam Shafi'i and Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, the meaning is the same. Al-Batin and Al-Fasid, the meaning is the same. But when they come to the issue of marriage, they differentiate between Al-Batin and Al-Fasid. You get the point? So, you can say marriage is allowed, but a woman herself without the permission of her guardian, is that marriage in line with the process established by Sharia? So they will say the marriage is what? Fasid. They will use the word fasid for it. But if the thing is that right from the beginning, it's not allowed. For instance, interest is not allowed. Well, let me just say, buying and selling of kare, what is kare in English? Dogs. Buying and selling of karnuka, or dogs. When it is there, many of which one and chiniki. Bounty, some of them are too much selling the halasta. So, whether if you bring witnesses, you follow the entire process of Sharia, as far as from the beginning is not allowed, it's called bounty. So, because in the matter of Abu Hanifa, it is permissible for a woman to marry herself, a man. The woman can marry herself to a man. Maybe I can tell them to the daughter is a beautiful lady, and I say, I just spoke to her, and I say, wow, I just love the way you speak. And because she's ready to marry a Muslim, what happens? The marriage will just conduct, and she said, man, I'll just say, nah, and I'll just say one thing, we're inviting you for Walima. You see this now. To them, they know what they say. It's that wealth is her own, and she has the right to use the wealth in the way she likes. That also her privacy belongs to her. So she has the right as to what applies and what goes. But because of the hadith of the Messenger that أيها امرأة نكحت نفسها بغير إذن وليها ونكاحها باطل, that her marriage is batil and marriage is على البطلان والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now,
Assalamu alaikum. I want to get more clarification on the example you cited earlier on Sophia and Abu Bakr getting married. It's like you mentioned it as mutlan or something that is prohibited under the one.
no, Allah Ta'ala,
Now, so I want to know, is it the prohibition from the point of marriage, or it was even prohibited earlier before the
Thank you.
Yes.
It's like you understood. Thank you for paying attention. It's like you understood. Like made a mistake in that explanation. That's what was going on. You know, when a woman has someone has those two people, the issue is from the beginning they are brothers and sisters, so they should not be married to each other. They should not be married to each other. It's mine will live to that. What they do bring under mine of the one. You know, it is not allowed that someone, okay, you know, what is the ruling of a rich man? On a rich man marrying a slave woman, a freeborn marrying a slave woman. What's the ruling in Islam? Permissible, but it's not permissible. Eh? A rich man to marry a slave woman, a free-born who is rich to marry a slave woman is not allowed. It's not allowed. What's the verse in Surah Al-Nisa that nation are told? Just get the point first. A man who is a free-born, Baba, halasta ba, ya auri baiwa ba, bai halasta ya auri baiwa ba. Wannan shine asalin hukunci. Idan mutumin ba zai iya hakuri ba, to lokacin da aka halasta mashi auren baiwa. Ka gane? To idan ya zo sai Allah ya hore mashi arziki, shi ma sai ya zama. To yaya hukuncin auren ko kwayaya? Sai suka tunanin cewa kusan hikimar domin idan ka auri baiwa kayan da za a haifa nawa ne nawa? Na ubangidan da ne yayin kuma su ya suke su ma bayi ne kuma addinin musulunci ba a son yawaituwan bayi da gane hikimar yawwa shi sa ka ce kai ka auri baiwa sai ba za ka iya hakura ba amma kana ta haihuwa kana ta haifan bayi aga akwai matsala. Wassalamu alaikum. Please later inshallah, because I want my answer to continue the conversation. Yes.
Nursing, I want you to make this clarification. Nursing someone or breastfeeding someone, you need to also clarify it. Breastfeeding is what should be mentioned, not nursing. You can nurse someone without breastfeeding the person.
I think this is language matter, right? No problem. So, okay, breastfeeding. Is it clear now? Okay, thank you. I love the
I think it's just a matter of context. In some places, I can use the word nursing to mean breastfeeding, and in some places, I can mean nursing to just mean reino ba tare da shayarwa. It's just a matter of English. Grammatically, what about the contextual implication?
That's why
I'm talking about the grammatical implication, the contextual implication.
What Islam says of breastfeeding?
Yes.
Somebody can know someone that's breastfeeding.
so it is good to So thank you so much. It's very wonderful because if it will lead to more not argument. Argument is little. If it will create a misconception. Because if assuming you are talking to someone who is from the West, an English person, and to him, nothing is just the way you said it. So when I say nothing, it means that I'm already misguiding him. He wouldn't get the message. So it's about breastfeeding woman. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Can I?
Yes.
Continue. I can go? Yeah, I need something to do here. Not in Taba.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So inshallah today we'll be going through the section 2, which says in search of the street crime. That is lesson 6, sources of evidence in Islamic law. So actually, among the things that we actually need to know is that the sources of Islamic law are divided into 2. We have the primary sources and we now have the secondary sources. The primary sources, as we all know, are the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, while the secondary sources have been in existence, just that it was after some time that it was now written down as a scientific approach. Then, like during when we are discussing with some children, it's easy to remember an acronym for all those sources. So we now use the terminology IQRA, I miss you. IQRA as I-Q-R-A, I, miss as M-I-S-S-U, not Y-O-U. Then the IQRA stands for the first one, IQRA, al-Istishab, then Q, Quran, R, Rahi Sahaba. Okay. There's no way I would have written the I'm sure we are all conversant with the first 2 major sources of Islamic law, and they are regarded as the what? Primary sources, and they are all what? Revelations from Almighty Allah. And this evidence is clearly stated in the first verses of Surah Al-Najm, where Almighty Allah says the Prophet ﷺ does not speak of his own desire unless in huwa illa wahyun yuha. That is both the Quran and the Hadith are what? Revelation of Almighty Allah, just like there is some slight differences. This one, both the meaning and the wordings are from Almighty Allah. Then the other one, the wordings, the actual meaning is from Allah, but the wordings are that of the Prophet. How this is clear? For example, if the Prophet is to make a statement in his Arabic, that means asalin sabon da ake so a isar na Allah ne, amma sai me manzo Allah yi bayani da karatun shi. Kamar a misali, ina so na aika yaro sai in ce wani kaza je ka ɗebo min ruwa. Je ka ce wani kaza ya ɗebo min ruwa. In ya ga dama ya faɗi yadda na faɗi, in ya ga dama ya ƙari. Ya ce wani kaza an ce ka je ka ɗebo ruwa a guri. So that is in relation to the Arabic. The Prophet further went on to explain, because even the Sahabas that were eloquent and fluent in Arab and the Arabic language, many at times do not actually understand what the Quran is saying. That's why there was a book written by a scholar, I actually forgot the name, but it was trying to differentiate between the Arabic language and the Quranic language. You may be fluent in Arabic, but you may not understand the Quranic language. But actually, when you are fluent in the Quranic language, then the Arabic language will be easy. But many a times, when you understand the Quranic language, when you speak to the Arab, you still have to explain what you mean. So, these sources, as we say, are two and are divided into 2. We have the primary sources, which are the Quran and hadith or sunnah, depending on which one you want to use. And the second ones are the secondary sources. So, the reason why they are divided into two is because the secondary sources, some school adopt this principle and they drop this. But sometimes the application will now realize that, okay, well, the actual meaning and the actual implication is the same, just that the approach was different. Example, the ce masali al-mursala and al-istisal abubuwa daban-daban ne a baki, amma the implication is still the same thing. And which English word do we use to replace al-istisal?
Preference.
Yes, preference. That is, as a judge or as a scholar, you prefer this than this. Then al-masali al-mursala, which word? Now?
Maslaha, interest.
Interest and what?
Public interest.
Yes, public interest and utility. Then, which are this example? What if what the scholar preferred is in the interest of the entire ummah? Now, instead of preferring what will benefit a little, then why not prefer something that will benefit the general ummah? So the application is the same, just that the words you use may differ, and it goes back to the school of thought which the scholar follows. So, as I was saying, we use the word ikra and this so that you can memorize and know them. We say the first word ikra as I is istisab, and that is what the presumption of continuity. That is everything. They are here. Al-asl fil ajyam al-ibaha, that is anything that has to do with what? Muamala, that is alcoholic muamala tsakanin mu, everything is what? Permissible, except or unless there is a clear verdict from the Quran or the Sunnah of the Prophet that prohibits. Me yasa da aka ce okay, maybe okay, salamu alaikum. Where there is the motor 108 with the car 108, plate number 108, like adjust, they want to take something to do the mosque. The car plate number 108. Okay. So what actually this is a function of continuity. In the aspect of Muhammad, everything is what permissible, except and unless there is a clear of the glorious Quran or a hadith of the Prophet that prohibits such an act. But in the act of the everything is what prohibited, unless why are we praying? There is a verse of the glorious Quran that says what we should pray. Why are we fasting? There is a verse and a hadith of the Prophet that says what we should fast. Amma da aka zo lamarin da kasuwanci, abubuwan da aka haramta shi aka rasa, shi ya kasance ne sauran biyu halal ne, amma kuma da aka zo ibada abubuwan da aka halarta mana su aka rasa. I think is this the so we say the first word is hadith, then the second word Q as what Quran, then the R as what Rahim Sahaba. Why? The Sahaba lived along with the Prophet. So then they like if you actually want to know me, then can I show you? Not ask me. Probably ask those people, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So the Sahaba lived along with the Prophet. They saw the way he do things. So they were kind of invited in this. There was a time one of the Sahaba, like Abdullah was did the Hijrah, did the Hajj. Sai aka ga yana zagaya one certain spot, sai aka tambaye shi why? Yana ce lokacin da za su je hajji with the Prophet, he saw the Prophet navigating that certain area and he didn't even ask why. And even Abu Sufyan testified lokacin da suka je having conversation with the king. And what he made a statement that he has never seen someone on earth wanda mutane shi ke kwaikwayon shi kamar yadda sahabban manzo Allah ke kwaikwayon shi. So if you want to know the prophet, you look at the acts of the Sahaba. Then we now have the word, the aim, Amal al-Khan al-Madina. That's what the Imam Malik Kerike said. And akwai wani Pakistan scholar SHARI'AH ya yi rubutu a kan wannan. Ya ce kawai da amal, ya ce like ya riga da Amal al-Madina abu hadisu aka. Saboda ya yi yadda cewa babu yadda za a yi mutanen Madina su tsayi da all the people of Madina su tsayi a kan wani abin da manzon Allah bai yi ba. Babu yadda za a sami ijma'i a Madina a kan abin da manzon Allah bai yi ba. No matter how, so that if the people of Medina are onto something, that is the prophet is. For example, I'm sure if someone here is to lie, all of us will never agree to that lie. But that is if all of us here agree upon something, it is what? Messianic. So we have the I, we have the Q, we have the R. Now, okay, okay, it's a very sunan littafin Malik and Madina. Malik and Madina. A very ina da sauƙi da ake shan mutum shana. So look at it, we have the word Ikra, they will not say I signing for what? At least preference. Kana matsayin kana malami. Sai a ce a Kaduna, likitan mata guda ɗaya kawai ake da shi, wanda yes, bil hakika is an expert, is a specialist on that field. Sai ya kashe wani, kuma ba wani likita wanda ke da ƙwarewa irin nashi, sai aka kawo wani lokaci ya kamata a yanke ne. Na? Ba za ka kashe shi ba wanda zai mai da maki shi. For example, we have an expert in a certain field that in the whole nation, he is the only person. As an expert, a specialist, already ya san abin da bai da hakika. Sannan to cikin ƙasar nan, babu wanda ke da ƙwarewa irin nashi a ƙasar nan, sai ya kashe wani. Da ya tsalla ta gane gaba ba, ayin Qur'ani ya ce wanda ya kashe a kashe ba.
He has something that is a rest. If he goes, that's totally, that's the end of it. So in this regard, there shall be an ihsan on him because he's going to guide the ummah. What he does
Do you agree? Do you agree with this? Yeah. What? Okay.
I think that someone kills someone, the hukum is al-qatl. ومن قتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه إلى آخر الآية. وما كان للمؤمن أن يقتل إلا خطأ. You all have been all adillats. But in this regard, he is expert and perfect. He owns some certain knowledge. We have a lot of rule regarding of killing someone. We have the diya, and we have that's to kill him. So in this regard, he has a knowledge. If he goes in, that's the end of it. So in this regard, the Sharia will go upon the lower judgment upon him to spare his life. And that's why it is that this is like the lura. You are leaving him not because he ought to live, but for the sake of something, for the sake of the future, for the sake of the further generation. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. There can also be another way, maybe suspend the penalty, get someone to learn from him, then you now carry out the penalty upon him. So this at least is a preference. Why kill someone if you kill killed. When you kill him, then people now start getting infected with a sickness that you can cure. That one we have apart from the right. Which one is more? You choose the lesser evil. Is it killing someone, or is it killing someone that he can safeguard the life of thousands of people? So the word M, al-Masadi al-Mursala, also shi ma dai kawai public interest. Zai kasance duk abin da za a yi kawai ba wai abin da tsananin mutane za su amfana da shi ba, na ya kasance the greater good. Anything you are doing should be what many people will want to benefit from. Then we have what? I. Another I go. Who can give us the other I? Huh? I've said this is how? Yes, it's ma. That is what the consensus of the majority of scholars. No matter how there is a consensus, there will be a certain scholar that will say, for example, in the aspect of triple divorce, wanda malami ne a kan lamarin saki uku, triple divorce at an instance, ya ce shi bai tafi da ijma'i sauran malaman ba. Ibn Taymiyyah, kowane malami sun yi ijma'i akan cewa in ka ce ka sake ta saki uku, irin it can be okay, zai iya yiwa na sake ki saki uku, ko kuma yace na sake ki, na sake ki, na sake ki. Duk kowane malamin sun ce abin da aikata fa laifi ne, amma bai ta sauku. Shi kuma Ibn Taymiyyah zai ce kai a dai ƙara diba lamarin nan, a dai ƙara diba. Then in our own context, is triple divorce at an instant something that we need to go through again, or we just say okay, that's a saki uku? There are many things you consider before passing a verdict. Number one, we have a lot of divorces in our community. Number two, we have a lot of unmarried sisters. Number three, you keep on the broken homes. Like when you look at the towns and the irresponsible, I'm sorry to use the word, adults or children in the society, you get to realize that 70% of them are from what? Broken homes. The father living separately, the mother living separately. Tarbiyyar da uwa ke badawa daban, tarbiyyar da uban ke badawa daban, daga baya ma ya rasa wa zai dauka. Amma no matter how, if the parents are under, like we all agree that the human being is constructed to live under both a father and a mother, because no one can ever replace the vacuum of the other. The mother is to give the care, the love, the concern. The father payments and also barin baban ka ya dawo ya san abin da zai faru, amma baban ma dai da yana wa duniya, there will not be that communication to discuss about the welfare of children. So then we have the S. The first S is what? Sadu Zaria, that is blocking. Duk wani abin da zai kai ga, for example, adultery and fornication is prohibited. But what does okay, when they find the motor 121, plate number 121. Okay, that what is the motor? Color motor. Go come first. Now, name three. So, for example, what was actually prohibited was what? Adultery and fornication. And when Allah wants to reveal a verse, that is blocking what will lead you to that. So, do what happened that they create the living may say association. Then you also have the other S. What's the other S? That is what? The religious verdict. That is the verdict, the legal implication of those before us. Example, when Almighty Allah wants to reveal the verse of fasting, how did the verse go? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama على الذين من قبلكم. That is what sharu man qablana. Why? Ba wai ka kuka cewa ba akan ku aka fara azumi ba. A'a, wa'anda suka zo gabanin ku sun yi me? So the legal implications, that is the legal values or the religious acts of those before us, there may be some slight changes. It's binding upon us unless or except there is a verse that says, for example, like the last part of Surah Al-Isra, or let's say the first two verses, the 17, 18, and 19th verse of Surah Al-Isra, where what the actual 10 commandments given to Prophet Musa: do not steal, and they are still the pledge of Allah. Do not steal, do not kill, kachika ma'awni. You can see that those by them, the punishments may be different, but what is wrong in those religions are also wrong in this religion. But the only difference is that what the punishments. Then we have the last word, you. Al-urf wal-'ada. That is what shi addini ba wai in ya zo zaka canza. If I like, I wear kaftan. Why? So far I fulfill the Islamic requirements of what? Dressing. For example, if you go to the southern part of the country, they think anyone dressing like this is a what? Muslim. Amato, if you get someone from Kachia or Kafanchan, ya fi ka iya sa kaftan, is he a Muslim? No. That means the religion, any aspect of our traditions and customs that does not go contrary to the religious acts is what permissible in Islam. So far fa bai cika ba. A misali, akwai irin auratayyar sai mu diba wani lamari na auratayyar bai ci karo da addini ba sai a ci gaba. Kamar misali a ce kawo kuɗin gaisuwa da Arab does not know me kuɗin gaisuwa. The Arab does not know kuɗin sa rana, amma me it was part of our culture. Okay, kuɗin gaisuwa, kuɗin sa rana, does it go contrary? Ya saba ma karantarwa addinin musulunci? Sai mu ce a tun da ba musulunci ba ne a kaza kaza. A no, you kokaro da suke kawo based on me abinda muka gada. For example, when Umar radiallahu anhu wanted to review Sadaki, ya gama zancen shi, ya faru, a woman stand up and she said, "Ya Amirul Mu'minin, is we the women that knows what actually benefits us more than you, a man?" And what happened? Umar now admitted, okay, wannan lamari ne na mata, a bar masu. So you can see why most of the act of customs and traditions, so far, it does not go contrary to the teachings of Islam, is what? Permissible. So with this Ikra and this, I think we can all be able to remember the how many are they? So
two components that are not
which components?
the first Q is Quran, right?
Yes.
So what of yes?
Yes.
And the second S is for God. What can we just say?
Now? I said Sunnah. When I said Ikra, I is what?
Maybe you are not getting it.
Now?
If he's saying that Ikra I miss you
Yes.
represents the secondary source, while the Quran and Sunnah are the primary source separately. Because if you look at the components under Ikra I miss you, fulfills what is in the secondary source,
Yes.
while the S and Q
Yes.
for the primary source is not
They are still, for example, the word Quran and Sunnah are still replaced in that. But for example, as a normal person, as a Muslim, I don't think there's anyone that can forget Quran and Sunnah as part of the primary sources. Thank you for the, maybe it's an oversight for myself.
Thank you.
So, what we are discussing here is that all the four schools of thought agree on Quran and Sunnah. But in principle, some of this school of thought, they take one and leave the other. For example, some schools may say this. Okay. So now, the actual primary source is the Quran. The Quran is the revelation of Almighty Allah to Jibril to his prophet to serve as a guidance towards the whole of humanity. Then we also have the Sunnah, that is the acts and traditions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, we now look at the relationship between the Sunnah and the Quran. Is there a relationship between the Sunnah and the Quran?
The Quran is revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the angel Jibreel and Tariq al-Wahy. While the Sunnah is the talking and action of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He said everything with the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the Quran and the Hadith, they are interrelated, interconnected, and interdependent. The Quran, إِنَّا عَزَنَا لَكَ كِتَابَ الْقُرْآنِ وَالْحِكْمَةِ والذي إنت العلماء الحكمة يعني القرآن أي يعني الحديث. So in this regard they are related, but ولكن the Quran is upwardly you can pray with it, but the hadith you cannot pray with it. Thank you.
And like the Sunnah is the explanation of what? The glorious Quran. So we proceed.
Now,
Okay. I don't know where you got the line.
just continue. Let me help you with that. I think so. Just
Okay. So, what we are discussing about is now. We now look at. We quickly review this. This is the review. We have the Fard and Wajib, that is what is compulsory, obligatory. When you do, you get the reward, and when you live, you get the. You have a sin for it. Then you have the mustahab and the mandu. You have the there is makruh, the makruh tahrimi based on the Hanafi school of thoughts. Then you have the halal, haram, nafila, riba, shirk, and al-qawaid, al-asl, al-qaida, al-asl fil ashya, al-ibaha, the qat'i dilala, and the qat'i furud. We have zanni dilala, we have ilmul yaqin, hadithu ahad or khabaru wahid. Then we have hadith mutawatir, tafsir mufassirun, sira, muhaddisun, isnad, and nothing. I think we have all gone through this. So now start to look at the secondary sources. The first one, ijma. What do we refer to as ijma? Huh? Yes, consensus of the majority of scholars. So, there are some things in the religion that it was based on the consensus, not that it was discussed in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet. That is not clear to the extent that the common man like me can understand. So, for me to carry out that act, I will now go, what did the scholars of Islam say? Okay, Imam Malik ya ce kaza, Imam Abu Hanifa ya ce kaza, Imam Kada ya ce kaza. So that means it's somehow a binding upon us. Then the next one you have qiyas. What do we refer to as qiyas? Okay, this is the car number in Abuja, ABG 121 DG Camry. ABG 121 Camry. Have you gotten the owner here? May I get you a yes? Now? Analogy. A little more explanation. I want someone from my mother's. Okay? Yes.
Assalamualaikum. Kiyasi shi ne idan wani abu ne ya faru hukuncin shi kai tsaye babu shi sai a koma kan wani hukunci da ya faru a shari'a duba a kiyasta da shi wannan da ya faru a yanzu ko ijtihadin malamai a fitar da kiyasi hukuncin wannan abu da ake ci a yanzu.
So the English word is the analogical reduction of a scholar. That means something happened in his own lifetime that has not happened before. What happened? Say you will now go back, look at a similar example. For example, babu mota a can da, duk hukuncin da zai hau kan mota a yanzu sai mu ya ci da me doki, because it's what both refer to me abubuwan hawa. Then go to the next one. What is the next one? We discussed about it a little bit. That's what the understanding of the Sahaba. On many occasions, when we read some hadith of the Prophet, after the Sahaba have said what he had from the Prophet, he would make some little additions or would say, this is what I understand. For example, the revelation of Surah Al-Nasr. All the companions gathered. They were not deliberating. And a little boy, a young boy, or a young man came. What was his name? Yes, he came. And what? He said, based on my own understanding, this is what this verse means. And what? He was correct. So that means the Sahaba live with the Prophet. Sometimes, based on their own understanding of the Quran or the Hadith, they will not say, this is what I understand. And it is a source of ruling in Islam, a secondary source. And what is the evidence for this? In a clear narration of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Alaykum." And also another narration of the Prophet that the Sahaba are like what? Stars. Any one of them you follow, you will be guided. Now? So, and also another narration of the Prophet, the best narration, Pero Kuruni, or Sumayim, those after them and what? Those after them now have the Sahaba, the Tabi'un and what? The Tabi'un. So we are the best of the generation. And if you look at the Imams of Islam, they fall under what? These three generations. So these are some questions that we can go through them. Have you seen the questions? Have you seen the questions? The questions below and who wants to answer them? Or who wants to answer any of them? No, let's just speak in again about your language. Have you seen the questions? Like the first one, explain what is meant by SHARI'AH and give at least one example. Second question, give at least 3 examples of textual evidence or of evidence used to justify the authority of SHARI'AH. And then list some of the classical scholars who did not regard the opinion of a companion as a private source of Islamic law. So also part of from school of thoughts, they did not regard it. Not that they disregard it totally, but they use another term for it. But But it's I think I might use another term for it. So now, what are the terms? Yes, it depends on the application. I'm silent. I mean, the Sahabas, we are living in Medina. Instead of saying Sahabi, Ahmad al Medina. Why? In the case I really actually lived in here. So just the terms, but the legal implication and the application is the same. Just the wording to use to call it. And then just the differences of like the British and the American English. Same thing, but different names. Yes. So we'll answer the question. Give at least 3 examples of technical evidences.
Okay. The first question is asking to explain what is meant by Ra'is Sahabi and give at least one example of Ra'is Sahabi. And just as the scholar explains, the Ra'is Sahabi is the opinion of the Sahaba regarding a particular text of the Quran or text of hadith of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one of the examples of Ra'is Sahabi is the hukm or the judgment of Umar radiallahu anhu on divorce when during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was regarded as a single divorce when the person divorced his wife at an instant 3 times. But later on, when Umar realizes that people are using it, abusing that situation, he decided to make it a single. He decided to make it binding on anyone who divorces his wife for 3 times at a spot. That's one of the examples.
Thank you very much. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. So inshallah, will take over and will continue from there. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. About this, because there was too much now, under al-urf wal-adl muhakkam. Actually, if you go to some countries like Egypt, if somebody divorces his wife, she will continue feeding that wife till he go to marriage. I think if you can apply this in Nigeria, we can use that for yes.
Yes, and I got to know in other countries, when you divorce a wife, you are the one to leave the house for her, not she leaving the house. So, yes. So that means when you divorce her, it is like a genuine villa. So you will take care. Thank you very much. Move on. I'm saying you're going up where
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Alhaji Hamza, Yusuf, for that presentation. We are back again. Maybe when I compare to Kaduna governorship with voting for 8 years. All right. From lesson 6, where you have secondary sources, right? The way you have sources of evidence in Islamic law. The major objective we want to show there is we want to know that number 1, Sharia rulings that I have discussed earlier, that Sharia rulings are established through different means. What are those means? As mentioned, you have up to the end there, right? And Mala Hamza has given you an acronym, the Ikra I miss you. What is the I there? Ijma. What's the Q there? What's the R? Ra'is Sahabi. Right? What's the A? Amal Ali Medina. I, what is the I? Istissan. M, Maslaha. U, and is I, right? It's the sound. Then S. The second S song. Share among Koblana and the U. Oh. Now, for you to agree. Number one, nobody is agreeing. Whether Quran or Sunnah is source of evidence, you already know. So it means that if someone rejected Quran as a source of evidence, would that person be called a Muslim? No. So I disbelieve that in Quran as source of evidence, that person will not be as well as Muslim. Sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted as source of evidence, right? Evidence for all for this is the Quran itself. Is the Quran itself. And the Sunnah of the Rasul, for you to know, just alunaka an al-khamri wal maisir. If you want to know the ruling on al-khamr, on alcohol, on liquor, they want to know the ruling on gambling. What then? When the question was asked, what happened? Quran answer, right? يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر قل فيهما إثم كبير ومنافع للناس وإثمهما أكبر من نفعهما. سبحان answer. ويسألونك عن الروح قل الروح من أمر ربي, right? They are asking about soul, about ruh. What does it mean? ويسألونك عن الأهلة. They are asking you about the crescent moon, about the crescent. They ask you about the crescent. Yes, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ Who will hear more people in class? So Quran is responding. So Quran is a source of evidence in Islamic law. Kowa ya gane wannan Qur'ani dalili ne, hujja ce da ake kafa hujja da shi wajen gina hukunce-hukunce na wajen gina hukunce-hukunce na shari'a. Sunar manzon sallallahu alaihi wasallam ma haka yake. Wani da ya zo da manzon Allah matarsa ta yi ta baki, kun ji wannan bayanin jiya. Ya ce tana kiwon raguna, mutum ya ce yi, sai manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce ya kalan su yake. Ya ce ga kalan akwai wata kala wanda ya sha bambam, mutum ya ce yi, manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce ta yaya. Ya ce ruwa kakanni wannan rakumi ne. Ya ce wannan dan ba naka ruwa da kakanninsa ne. Kaga wannan yana nuna cewa sunnawa ana da hujja da shi. Al-aslu coitus interruptus. Al-aslu azalu coitus interruptus. Wani sama na wannan ko? Wannan da zai da hukunci sa, da ya kafa hujja da hadisi. So that is factual. These two are referred to as primary sources of evidence. The people why I tell you. So it's a matter of classification. Some consider them as primary sources of evidence. Kowa da kowa ya yarda. Sauran kuma aka ce secondary sources of evidence. Al-ijma, ijma'i, unanimous agreement of scholars. Akan da aka gina wannan. Akan ayoyi na Al-Qur'ani da sunnar Manzon sallallahu alaihi wasallam ko kiyasi akan da aka gina shi. Akan ayoyi da Manzon sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh, da sauransu. Shi sa aka gina su primary source. Wasu suna iya cewa al-muttafaqu alayhi da kuma al-mukhtalafu fiha. Duk wanda sai al-muttafaqu alayhi Qur'ani, sunna, ijma, qiyas by four mazahib. Al-mukhtalafu fiha any other one. And you shall get from other facilitators when they come to talk. Now when I'm going to say some of the mazahib did not accept some of these schools, but they accepted others that perform the same function. You can as well say, we can say, okay, some again could say another classification. Munshi'un lil hukm, munshi'un lil hukm, and also have kashifun lil hukm. mun shigo irin ukun